The reason we need to strive to be happy in this world is because our real nature, which is pure awareness, is pure infinite bliss. And because it is infinite, the bliss that it truly is its nature that never changes. It's changeless. But like how pure light, when passes through a prism, disperses into the 7 colors, or like how we ourselves, when we look at ourselves in the mirror, we see our reflection. The reflection and the colors are finite appearances. The reflection represents this physical self, but it can never be this self. It can only dance to the tune of our movements and our appearance, and it represents us. But no matter how hard that reflection will try, it can never be this person that sees in the mirror. So similarly, when that pure infinite being appears as these finite beings like ourselves through the equipment of this body, it disperses through the apparatus of the senses into the world. And it begins from the place of finite bliss. It begins from a place of lack. And so the moment we come into this world and we start living and exploring it, we soon find ourselves chasing to expand that lack, fulfill that lack, compensate for that lack, and expand the limited bliss that we begin with. And that's how we find out that no matter how hard we try in this world, we fail at achieving or even maintaining or sustaining that bliss that we get through the objects that we experience or experiences in general. Things we try to gather around ourselves, things we tend to chase, the people we tend to seek that will make us happy, make us whole, make us complete. We find ourselves eventually, at some point or the other, to be hollow, to be empty. They do not promise us that lasting bliss because we are looking in the wrong place. And as the finite mind, it doesn't know better because it is meant to experience the reality in this dispersed nature, in this through the senses, as the dispersion of that infinite being. And so it never thinks to look for its origin, its real identity. It never even thinks of looking back of whose reflection is it, what its real essence is. It is always constantly looking outwards, trying to chase through the senses. It is built that way. Nature built it that way in order to project this reality. Otherwise, it wouldn't be possible for this universe to exist. But if somehow it does look back towards, the mind turns its gaze upon itself, it will find that it is the source of that bliss that it is looking outside, it is chasing outside. It is the very infinite bliss. That is the cause of this entire world of objects outside that it seems to think that will provide the bliss for it or the happiness for it. And that's the trap, but that's the illusion and the play that we keep playing. And it's funny, it's kind of amusing, but it's not amusing when we are in it and totally experiencing it, but it's only amusing when we realize that infinite self, we realize our real nature. It is only then that all this seems amusing. Because before that, when we are in the midst of it, it is impossible to see it. We are suffering because every time we are chasing and seeking happiness, and then we do achieve that happiness, but then somehow we end up losing it, whatever the thing was. It slips through our grasp. It just, we're never able to hold on to it for long. And that is the nature of this very reality. It is not something, it's not a pessimist point of view. It's a very realist appraisal once we realize our real nature, that the only way infinite reality can experience something apart from itself, which is not possible because infinite encompasses everything. So the only way it can experience something apart can only be through an illusion, an apparent sense. Just like the reflection in the mirror. It doesn't mean that the reflection is not real, but it's not real in the sense relative to you as the person looking in the mirror. And so it is exactly the same in the case of this universe. It is like that reflection of the pure infinite being. The temporary, transitory nature is built into it. It is the nature of this appearance. Nothing can last here forever because nothing apart from the infinite can exist. So if an appearance or a reflection is possible, it is only possible for a temporary, in a temporary sense, in a transient sense. Just like whenever you will choose to look in the mirror, only then the reflection is possible. The reflection cannot exist independently apart from you. It won't be the case like if you are not there in front of the mirror and the reflection will still be there. That'll be creepy. So there's direct dependency of this appearance of this universe on the infinite. It's only a borrowed existence. But in ignorance, everything that we experience here feels like suffering. And ignorance, when I refer to ignorance of our real nature. Because as long as we are in the matrix and being part of the matrix programmed by it, we cannot see our real nature. And so we continue to suffer. We continue to strive to look for that happiness. But once we realize it, we can experience this world and be never attached to it. We can experience all the happiness or the good things, but we know that the source of our real happiness is within us. So thanks for being with me, and if something resonated with you from today's video, do let me know in the comments below. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. God bless, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.